Thank you, Innocent. Well, let's head straight to the crypto market now. See some of the headlines now. Bitcoin ETFs, we've seen historic outflows. Before now, everyone's talking about, when we're going to have a Bitcoin spot ETF, but that's come now, and we've seen Bitcoin hit new highs, $72,000, but we're seeing big outflows, at this time. We've seen that's a significant setback, marking the largest collective outflow that's in a day. That's talking about how much is left in most of these ETFs. We've seen Bitcoin price down to about $62,000. It did touch $60,000 at some point during U.S. trading hours. We've seen investors pull out a staggering $326 million from 10 funds, reflecting a growing unease right there in the market. So let's look at all the headlines now. We're seeing staking-enabled Ethereum ETF. We're seeing Grayscale Investment. They filed a preliminary proxy statement with plans to add staking capabilities to its proposed spot Ethereum exchange traded fund. This is aimed at mitigating inflationary pressures from Ethereum's proof of stake protocol and intends to preserve the trust value for Ethereum, shareholders. We also see crypto salaries surge 13% in the U.S. A survey by Dragonfly Capital found that U.S. crypto companies offer compensation packages significantly higher than those of international counterparts. On average, salaries in the U.S. Crypto sector, we've seen that rise about 13%. So we're seeing crypto workers in the U.S. at this time having really nice salary package there. All right, let's bring in Shane O'Dania now, CEO, Alpha Geek Technologies. Join us via Zoom. Great to have you on the show.
Hi, good afternoon, Ladi. It's a pleasure to be here.
Fantastic. So we're all excited about the Bitcoin spot ETF, and now we're seeing outflows out of about 10 ETFs, at this time. Did you see this coming and this soon?
Well, definitely. Usually before the halving, there's always kind of like a retraction. As it is, when the bulls have it, the bears need to come in at some point. Of course, a lot of people trade futures, so with high leverage, and definitely, all those positions need to be liquidated at some point. So usually, yes, we expected that there would be a retraction. But however, the market seems to also have remained subdued ahead of the Federal Open Market Committee's decision, which, was making a lot of investors exercise caution. And we know that recently there was a recent higher than expected inflation data coming from the U.S. Consumer Price Index and the producer price index also, so sentiments have dampened a little bit. I think investors anticipate something around, like 5 rate cuts in 2020 in this year alone, and inflation data has forced investors to change their bets to maybe like only 3. So I don't think that those rate cuts will be coming. The likelihood of rates going higher, and that would affect a lot of investment. So yeah, people are taking caution. So
right.
It seems.
And with the way it's going, we're also hearing that there might not be rate cut in 2024. That might be pushed down the line even further. But how much of the pullback we're seeing with Bitcoin? Because we're seeing the U.S. dollar actually rallying. That started about 14th of March. That's the move we've seen from the U.S. That's the DXY. That's that index. It's ranging from 102 points to 104 points. How much of that is weighing on Bitcoin at this time?
I think it's quite a bit, but not too much, because there's a lot of bullish news for Bitcoin. The ETF one, the halving coming, there's another one. But what we are seeing, I think there's some theory about. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in Grayscale. There's been, high outflow of money, and there's been also, a lot of investors are pulling out. And I think there was someone who actually placed a trade of over 400 Bitcoin on BitMEX. So a lot of people trace and track all these whale wallets. And if someone moves and sells 400 Bitcoin, evidently that's definitely a sell signal for a lot of people. So the ripple effect would have. So the US dollar not directly affecting Bitcoin, because Bitcoin itself 2024, because of the halving,
right,
it's be a very good year for Bitcoin.
I guess investors will just find any excuse to take profit, at this point. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Daniel, CEO, Alpha Geek Technology. It was great having your perspective.
Thank you very much for having me.